And it's up to you to have the inner reflection inside of you to stop and take a look and listen to yourself and think, what is it that is making me unhappy? You have to sit and analyze the situation. The problem is a lot of you are on Instagram, TikTok, even YouTube, just sitting there scrolling through, right? Like just little zombies thinking like, what do I do next? And I catch myself doing the same thing too. Catch myself just scrolling and thinking, what am I doing? There's other things I need to do. There's business I need to do. There's clients I need to contact. There's work I need to do. There's places in the house that need to be organized, right? There's things I need to do for my kids. There's tons of things that I need to get done. There's never a moment where I just sit there and there's nothing to do. There's always, I don't. So I work hard every single day. I exercise. I'm nowhere near what I want to be. I could always work harder. I could always work out more. There's always more to do. But that's the point. You continue pushing no matter what. You don't give up. You keep going. That's the beauty of it. This whole thing, it's a game. This business is a game. Life is a game. It's a game in a sense where you're competing with other people and it doesn't stop. It goes 24/7. There's always someone out there who's outworking you in the gym or the brain or your work. There's always someone out there. Otherwise, if you continue working on something and you experiment, I wouldn't call it a failure. I'd call it just an experiment that didn't work. Think of Thomas Edison. How many experiments did he run through before he invented the light bulb? Dozens, hundreds before it worked. Would he call them failures? No, just ways that didn't work. And you move on. And I need to keep pushing forward over and over and over again. It requires every single day. Okay, guys. So we got another question that came up. So this question is, how am I going to teach my son to be happy when I lost my family? I feel like a blank example. Now, this goes into, should you be happy? Should your son be happy? Should we all be happy? And what does happiness even mean to an individual? Now, this is a huge lesson because one, you're teaching your son something, right? Now, men in general, there's lots of different things that you hear. If you hear Andrew Tate would say, men should not be happy. And you go on the opposite end of Andrew Tate, then we should be happy. But usually I find it's usually somewhere in the middle, right? You look at the thesis and the antithesis of something. Usually the answer lies right in the middle. Should you always be happy? No. Should you always be sad? No. Right? But the answer should be somewhere in the middle because there's some things in life that require sadness, that require for you to be upset, require for you not to be happy. And it's those periods in time for you not to be unhappy, which promotes growth within you. Those are the periods of time you stop and you realize, damn, something is wrong in my life right now. I need to fix this. That's why God gave you these emotions, that gave you this feeling. If not, then he just will give you something to be happy all the time about. But he didn't. He gave you something to be sad about as well, to be unhappy with. And it's up to you to have the inner reflection inside of you to stop and take a look and listen to yourself and think, what is it that is making me unhappy? You have to sit and analyze the situation. The problem is a lot of you are on Instagram, TikTok, even YouTube, just sitting there scrolling through, right? Like just little zombies thinking like, what do I do next? And I catch myself doing the same thing too. Catch myself just scrolling and thinking, what am I doing? There's other things I need to do. There's business I need to do. There's clients I need to contact. There's work I need to do. There's places in the house that need to be organized, right? There's things I need to do for my kids. There's tons of things that I need to get done. There's never a moment where I just sit there and there's nothing to do. There's always something to do, especially if you're not where you want to be in life right now. And so for him in particular, if you feel like your life is crap right now, one, it's up to you to fix it because it's up to you to be an example for your son, to be as strong as humanly possible, to be great as humanly possible. You want your son to look at you and be like, my dad is strong. My dad in the classroom, my dad's stronger than your dad. You want him to be proud of you. And if you don't feel that's you, that you can make your son proud, then that's your emotion telling you need to fix something. Something inside of you is broken. It needs to be fixed. Something around you, your environment, is not working. It just needs to be fixed. You need to stop and analyze, what is it that needs to be fixed? Are you making enough money? Are you in good enough shape, right? What is going on in your life? Are you learning enough lessons? Are you reading books, right? You need to read books. If you talk to, again, Andrew Tate would say, you don't ever read books. Books are dumb, right? Is it really that dumb? You go to Tai Lopez, says read 3 books a day. But chance you look at the average CEO reads about 60 books a year on average. When I think about an average CEO, I'm talking to average CEO, like Amazon level, Apple level type CEO. They read about 60 books a year. So you probably should read some books, right? You need to learn some things because the way the brain works is we're built to learn from other people's mistakes. Meaning you don't need to make the mistakes. I mean, we all learn from mistakes, but it doesn't mean we learn from our mistakes. We can learn from somebody else's mistakes. That's a beautiful part of the world. There's a book called The Self Machine by Richard Dawkins, and he talks about this. He says that all the animals in the animal kingdom, they learn from their own mistakes. They're not conscious enough to learn from others. But one of the animals in the animal kingdom, humans, are conscious enough to learn from mistakes from other people. And that's what books ultimately are. You're learning from other people's mistakes. And so meaning that if there's a problem you're trying to solve, either you go to a mentor, someone who directly knows how to solve the issue. If you don't have a mentor, you need a mentor. And a mentor can be from multiple places, multiple sources. Or you read a book like how to get this thing solved. And then you experiment with it. You give it a try. Did it work or did it not work? And the only definition of a failed experiment is that went on too long. So meaning if you experiment with something and it continues and it didn't work, but you still continue it, then really it's a failed experiment. Otherwise, if you continue working on something and you experiment, I wouldn't call it a failure. I'd call it just an experiment that didn't work. Think of Thomas Edison. How many experiments did he run through before he invented the light bulb? Dozens, hundreds before it worked. Would you call them failures? No, just ways that didn't work, and you move on, and that's it. So I would answer that guy's question. I would worry less. I would worry more about what his life is currently and why he feels like his life is a certain way. Because with kids, you have to show them instead of tell them. You could tell them, right? At the end, the kids will be smart enough to realize what's going on and they'll realize that you're a failure, you're a loser, you're not really that good as you say you are. They'll still probably look up to you, maybe even respect you a little bit, but it'll never be the same. They'll see who you really are. And you have to think, is that something you really want out of life? Do you want your children to feel that way about you? I don't. So I work hard every single day. I exercise. I'm nowhere near what I want to be. I could always work harder. I could always work out more. There's always more to do. But that's a point. You continue pushing no matter what. You don't give up. You keep going. That's the beauty of it. This whole thing, it's a game. It's a business, is a game. Life is a game. It's a game in a sense where you're competing with other people and it doesn't stop. It goes 24/7. There's always someone out there who's outworking you in the gym or the brain or your work. There's always someone out there who's competing against you to get your job, competing out there to get your woman. You don't think that someone's out there asking for her number, asking for her Instagram, and they look at him or that individual and then they think about you. You think you're that secure? If someone were to come up to your woman right now and say, hey, what's your number? This guy's a good looking guy. What do you think she'll say? You look at you. You gotta wait. You don't have much going on. What do you think will really happen? I mean, what do you expect from her, right? It's a job, same way. It's no different. You're underperforming your job and you're not doing what you need to do. And another employee where the potential prospect employee comes in and says, hey, look, I could do this way better. I could even do it cheaper too. What do you think this guy, what do you think he's gonna do? He's gonna jump on it, right? Because you're not performing. And so it's a competition. Everything is a competition. You just gotta keep pushing over and over again. And there's some days that you feel like you're not gonna work, that you don't want to do anything. Again, that's the unhappiness feeling. You have to remind yourself of why you're doing this. That's why the why has got to be important. I have pictures of my kids, pictures of the people I love. I look, okay, this is why I'm doing this. They need me. And I need to keep pushing forward over and over and over again. It requires every single day. Work, you don't just stop. Like when you stop working out, what happens? You gain weight, you lose muscle mass, that's it. So it requires you to put an effort every single day or else it'll go away. Same way with your brain. You don't train your brain every single day, it'll just go away. Same with work, it'll just go away. Time eats all. It's just the way how it is. That's how life works. You can't be mad at it. You can't be upset that it works that way. It's just how it is. Time eats all. So you got to learn how to manage it and deal with it. So hope this helps because this is a lesson that helped me along the way. If you have any questions, put them in the comment. I'd love to have a talk with you about that. So anyways, guys, hope this helps and we'll talk soon.
Hey, before you go, let me share something really exciting for you. If you're looking to transform your email management into a powerful lead generation tool, my company, Cultivate Inbox, has got you covered. We've helped industry leaders like Pace Morby, Jamil Damji, and Ty Lopez amplify their outreach and grow their businesses. If you're ready to turn your inbox into a lead generation machine, please don't hesitate. Go to my website or book a call with me and discover how to unlock your email's full potential. So don't miss out and take your email game to the next level. Thank you again for watching. I look forward to seeing you in the next video.